Hello everyone, I'm back to my channel with some profit to 12th standard. Because of quarantine you are not able to study, not have your tuition classes, so you can look at my YouTube videos for the further online classes. We'll start with statistics chapter 1, index numbers. So starting with the basic concept of index numbers. This is basically helpful to the 12th board students, basically Gujarat board. Now coming to the calculation of index number. Formula for index number is value of variable in current year, or you can say current period. Repeating it again, value of variable in current year. Here CY stands for current year upon value of variable in base year. Repeating it again, this is your base year. This is the basic formula which will be multiplied with 100. Coming to the final conclusion, this stands for your P1. This is for P0 into 100. This formula will be used for calculation of index number as whole. So we'll start with the illustration. We'll start with the basic illustration for this index number. Now, check out your question. You are given year column, price of wheat per quintal. Now, for solution, we'll prepare 3 columns. First is your year. Next column will be price of wheat per quintal. We are given the values in rupees. Now, the next number column will be index, which is equal to P1 upon P0 into 100. So basically 3 columns. Now coming to the solution for the same, we are given years as 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013. These are the basic years given in your question. These are the values given: 1650, 1690, 1730, 1750, then 1810, 1850, 1870, 1900 and 1950. Now we'll take this as your P0. Now coming to the calculations. Now for the first case, this will be only a P1. These are the price, that is P1. Base will be taken as 1650 in all the 3 cases. Starting with the first case, 1650 will be P1, base will be same. This 1650 will be same in all the years. Your final answer will be 100 over here, because this divided by this will be 1 into 100. Now the next case, your P1 is 1690 upon 1650 into 100. Your answer will be 102.42. Now coming to this, to avoid problems, we'll create like this for all the particular years. Now coming over here, this 1730 upon 1650 into 100. First we'll write for all the years. 1750 upon 1650 into 100. 1810 upon 1650 into 100. 1850 upon 1650 into 100. Next is your 1870 upon 1650 into 100. Next 1900 upon 1650 into 100. Next thing is your 1950 upon 1650 into 100. Now you need, if you want a calculations on your calculators, 1730 divided by 1650 into 100. Your answer will be 104.85. As I have all my answers with me, I'll write the answers directly. 106.06, 109.70, 112.12, 113.13, next is 115.15, and the last one is 118.18. This is your final answer. Just a bit of conclusion for the same. I'll do it over here. Now the conclusion is that in the question itself we have assumed that for 2005 we'll keep the percentage increase or the index number, that is we are assuming as 100. At the end we got it as 118.8. That means from 100 it is increasing to 118.18. So the percentage of increase in price of wheat from 2005 to 2013, that means in after 2013 will be 118.18 minus 100. Your final answer will be, percentage increase will be 18.18. Now we'll move on to illustration number 2, where we are given with the price, base price as well as the current year price. So the items given in the question are bread, the next is your egg, third is your ghee, fourth is your milk, fifth is your cheese, and the last one is your butter. Now the price per item is given in the question. Price per item, where we are given the base price as well as the current year price. We'll call base price as P0 and current year price as P1. Now moving on to the prices, 25, 30, 375, 36, 440, and 265. Next thing we are given in the question as current year price. 28, next is your 35, next is your 380, next is your 40, next one is your 500, and the next thing is your 300. Now moving on to the calculation for your index number. Here your index number is your P1 upon P0 into 100. So doing the calculations, 28 upon 25 into 100, just for a lot separately for separate items. 28 upon 25 into 100. Next is your 35 upon 30 into 100. The next is your 380 upon 375 into 100. Next is a 40 upon 36 into 100. Next is 500 upon 440 into 100. 300 upon 265 into 100. Just one will do on calculator. 28 divided by 25 into 100. The answer will be 28 divided by 25. Sorry, in this case we will not multiply it with 100 because we will calculate the relative index number. So we will not calculate it with 100. We will just calculate the relative index number, because we have to sum up and we will get the answer. This is the one method of your index number. So 28 upon 25 into 28 divided by 25. So 1.12. Next is your 35 divided by 30. 1.16. I have rest answers with me. So I'll write directly 1.0133. 1.1111 is equal to 1.1364. 1.1321. Total of this will be, we need to calculate the total because we need to calculate the relative index number. Total will be 6.67 95. Coming to the general index number. Now finally we'll multiply it with 100. General index number, which is equal to summation of P1 upon P0 upon number of items. This formula will be used when you are given items differently, PO differently, P1 differently, into 100. Now coming to the final answer, your summation of P1 is 6.6795. 6.6795. This whole summation means we are given P1 upon PO, we have calculated individually. Summation means adding all this. The number of items are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even you can give the numbers also. Divide by 6 into 100. So your final answer for the same will be 111.33. Now, when you are assuming your base index number as 100, as we did in our previous question, your index number has been increased to 111.33. That means there is an increase of 111.33 minus 100. That means 11.33% in this sum.